Hey guys, happy Halloween and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at one of my top 3 figures of 2023. It is the Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus, and he has a lot of possibilities. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack on this guy, so yeah, let's get right into it. So this is Ultra Magnus's box, just a break from my lamp box because this just doesn't fit with Magnus in it. But as you can see, beautiful artwork of Magnus all on this box. 86-21, Transformers the movie, Studio Series Ultra Magnus. On that, Transformers, Generations. On the back, Transformers the movie with a little space shuttle. On the side, we have Ultra Magnus. On the other side, we have Ultra Magnus. Says Studio Series. We've got 86-21 again. He's a commander class, all the different languages, translation. And on the bottom is absolutely nothing except the barcode and recycle if you don't keep it, and all that stuff, and just labels and things. And on the back is the fun stuff. And so on the back, you can see big screen inspired, the final battle. That's our guy right there. So you can just see the Matrix gimmick we'll look at later, plus effects, his opening deal, and then his backdrop. And then on the back of the box, it says Ultra Magnus leads defensive measures against the Decepticons invading Autobot City. So yeah, that's what that is inspired by. So yeah, let's take a look at his backdrop. And so this is the backdrop that comes with the Commander Class Ultra Magnus. You see the good paint detail all over this. So it's Transformers on the side, Transformers the movie on the front, and then moving Ultra Magnus. We've got Studio Series 86-21 again. The same shuttle that's on the top of his box. And the effects, parts, and everything on the damage and stuff. And he fits pretty well on it. Kind of a little snug fit, but you know, display options, if you want to keep them like that, pose them up, whatever you want. Yeah, and options are good. So yeah, let's get into the figure. So starting off with Ultra Magnus in his vehicle mode. I know he's packaged in robot mode, but I think it would be cooler to see the robot mode they did. But so you can see the cab detailing is absolutely amazing. All around very good detail. Autobot insignia up there. Weapon storage for the blasters and the shoulder cannons. And good detailing just all around. You can just see all the molded and sculpts and everything. Very little kibble. The most you see is the knees right there, but other than that, everything folds away really nicely. You kind of have visible hand syndrome right there, but it's not too bad. And I do kind of have a problem. My ankles like to pivot in on themselves. They kind of stay that way. That's fine. The front of the shins or the back of the trailer looks good. And underneath, not much happens. Kind of visible head syndrome only from underneath. You don't even see his face. And there's the top, which looks really good. Yeah, the main articulation is the cab can hinge right there, and then the back of the trailer opens up to fit cars in, like you saw in the beginning. Then if you untab these, you can get the play feature. Yeah, move the cannons out, but ratchet it down one, you can kind of get the resemblance of cars going up onto the second level, which is really cool. But it is better to move it up here. I shouldn't be moving it at the hands, but kind of just looks more kind of just out of habit and do it that way. But yeah, so that's all of the articulation and details for Magnus's alt mode. And so we're just gonna kind of leave him right here. He just is so big, he fits. Let's take him this way, actually. We're gonna stick him this way so you can kind of see some vehicle mode comparisons. So these are all like the carbots I were able to gather that all fit in him. So we have Studio Series 86 Cup, War for Cybertron Wheeljack, War for Cybertron Pipes, 86 Brawn, 86 Hot Rod does not fit, but he is just for scale. War for Cybertron Smokescreen fits. So those are the first couple, and then we've just got some more. Just slide them down. We have the 86 RC fits in there. I just saw in the beginning the 86 Ironhide fits as well. And then the last one that also fits is the War for Cybertron Sideswipe. So yeah, for the exclusion of Hot Rod, all of these 8 vehicles all fit, and obviously you can use the different versions of Smokescreen, Pipes, and Sideswipe, and then obviously Ratchet as well. All of these molds fit into Magnus really well. I would get into putting them in there, but there's a lot of possibilities, and you kind of saw one in the beginning, so I think that's good for the carrier part of this. There's so many of these to move, but yeah, a lot of possibilities. I think my favorite is to have Ironhide and Brawn just down there, just because they're kind of the most fitting or filling out of the whole bunch. Just move him out of the way. He'll have to sit right there for a second. And then the last one I forgot was just hiding. Was the War Cybertron Cliff Jumper Bumblebee mold. He also fits as well. Stick him back in there. Speaking of the trailer, here's Earthrise Optimus Prime. So yeah, he's a lot bigger compared to Prime, which is very cool. Very glad to see he's not the same size. Trying to get Sideswipe out of here. And then, so there's that. And then the main Autobot comparison we have left, the Commander Class Rodimus Prime. So they're about the same size in length, but Magnus is definitely taller and has actual cab articulation. But yeah, so kind of just seeing that side by side. And so just quick kind of Decepticon comparisons. I just have the War for Cybertron Megatron, so you kind of get that size scale in there. And also, this is technically the Legacy Galvatron. I know it came out in Kingdom, but I have the Legacy version of it. But so there's that as well. To Nemesis kind of for like a little bit. And those look good. And then the main comparison, just shifting my whole box, is the War for Cybertron Siege Ultra Magnus. I never got Kingdom. I don't want Kingdom. I don't need Kingdom anymore. But you can kind of see the similarities. Kind of toe sticking out, cabs in the front. But yeah, definitely the winner here. You can just see these two compare. It's hard to have both of them in here at the same time. Yeah. The fronts, you can definitely just see the more Cybertron versus Earth-inspired looks. Yeah, the tops, very difficult. They're huge. That's the gist of all of the size comparisons I wanted to give y'all, so we're gonna have the most amount of scale for this guy. But yeah, but now with that out of the way, we can get into his transformation, which is very fun, kind of quick, but also kind of complicated. And so to start this off, you want to take off the shoulder cannons, or rockets, whatever you want to call them, and then take out the blasters. We'll look at those more in depth later. And so make sure the cab is attached. And so the best way to start off is take these side panels, fold them down, fold that triangle down as well, and fold, same on the other side. And then just remember to fold these gap fillers in the arms, untab the arms, kind of just leave them untabbed. And then you're going to want to, actually, that was on accident, but that's a good way to get the arms out of the way. And then you can just take the legs and just fold these red panels down, snap this into place, and then just take this whole back half of the trailer and just condense it. If you do it right, it should just condense on those ratchets. And that's the only main complaint about about Ultra Magnus, is that the connection between the cab and the trailer is not that stable. As you just saw, it fell off when I had to transform it. So we're gonna leave them over there because we can transform it separately. You can most definitely keep these two combined for this, but sometimes I just find it easier to separate them so you can make sure to do everything properly. And so then next you want to separate the arms and kind of just leave him out. He gets so tall, we're gonna have to raise up the camera a little bit. And so then to finish off the legs, you're going to want to push in the wheels best way to do is kind of lift up and just snap them in. Kind of just push up like that. Now you notice they are now flush with the foot instead of being beneath it. And then with the knees, just separate the legs and bend down to 90. And then there's that tab, and that will go into that port, just like this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There it goes. Same on the other side. This one's a little easier. Yeah, there's Ultra Magnus, legs done. And then with the chest, you want to fold down his hip skirt. Fold this around. Then fold down his little abdomen piece. And so that's the chest area done. So with these, you kind of want to stick your thumb right underneath this gap. That's the best way to untab that piece. And so just same thing over here. You're gonna have to just stick your thumb right there, untab it. You can click it in for now. And then with the arms, if you haven't already untabbed these little white sections, do that. Then you want to move this panel around till it kind of clicks into place. Then take this whole section of the arm, fold it around, fold it 180 degrees on the ratchet, and then open up this arm panel, flip this up to reveal the hand, close in the arm panel, and that's an arm. And then you just want to collapse it on those multiple hinges, just like that. And that's one arm all done. And just kind of doing this side quickly so we can move on. Just like that. We have the other arm all done. So that's kind of the frame of Magnus done. Getting flashbacks to the War Cybertron version. And then with the cab, if it falls off, this is what you do. But obviously you just stick it on here and do the same steps. But it's kind of easier to show y'all separately. But so take these window panels, you can see the hinge right here. Just kind of separate them like that, fold them all the way down to the tab in. Same on this side, just like that. And then you want to take this panel, kind of fold it down like this so the wheels have room to fold in. And then fold the windshield all the way around, fold it up to where it's nice and flush like this. And then you want to take the back wheels, fold them down. So you're going to take this hinge, it's kind of hard to explain, but then take this up, fold the smokestacks down, push this panel through and all the way down. Make sure the head has room to go around. Fold down the back tires, where it kind of looks like this. And so if your cab disconnected, this is what you do. Then you take the trailer hinge, trailer port, kind of fold the arms out, and just put it in the upper part of this. Sorry if the camera shook right there. And then just kind of snap it in place, fold this down. And that tab is gonna go right there. Same on that side, just like that. And now I wanna kind of untab these so that everything has room to tab in. And you're gonna wanna take this and make sure to, you need to have the head fold down so everything will align properly. Push this down till it snaps, like that. And then these big red tabs are gonna go into those ports, just like that. And this snaps around to hold it in place. And these red pieces slide over that tab right there. Lost my words for a second. Just like that. And fold up Magnus's head. And there we have Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. And so this is Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. And real quick before we get started, I realized I forgot to fold these in. So all you have to do is just fold this in, fold that down, and then collapse the leg, and it works a lot better. I've got an Amazon branded device going on in the background. So, you know. Yeah, this is Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. He looks absolutely stellar. You can see the beautiful Autobot insignia on his shoulder. Camera shaking. And then the beautiful head sculpt. Warning, his little ear things do come off out of the package, or they're not attached in the package, so make sure to attach this before you forget. And so, yeah, shoulders look absolutely incredible. I'm waiting to put on the shoulder cannon so we can look at them a little bit closer. Kind of see that hand detail. Goodness gracious, my camera stand keeps shaking. Yeah. Just all around. A lot of this we saw in vehicle mode because it's kind of the same, just wrapped around. But there's the back. There is the top. There is the bottom, technically. It's got big old hollow gaps, but sacrifices had to be made. So, you know, there's Ultra Magnus. And so, all of the accessories he comes with is 2 mirrored shoulder cannons, which look really good. And just cast in this white plastic with the tip in red. And the missile tip is detachable, which is absolutely amazing. And so, these just go onto each shoulder. This, oh, that's not it. This one's the exact same, just molded for the other shoulder. And so the other accessories is he comes with this smaller rifle, which I can't tell if it's cast clear plastic or white plastic. So I think half is white, half is clear, but I'm not entirely sure. But it looks good. I love this little kind of like purplish blue paint, very metallic color. That works well. And also they can go in the hand or the handy slots for on the back for weapon storage. So that one goes there. Then his big main blaster looks really nice, just like that. And so looks good. A lot of detailing, another tab on it, but it just goes into a separate port on his little butt flap. It goes in that port right there. But this one we are going to give to him in his hand, so you're gonna be armed up for any Decepticons that are going to come over here. And so that's him kind of armed up. And so the accessories he comes with is, I'm pretty sure, the Omega Supreme mode of blast effects, but with this cool like gray and orange smoky effect going all throughout it, which is very cool. And of course it comes with the 2 extra tip blast effects. And so yeah, they can go on all the ports, on the ends of the blasters, and in between the missiles and the shoulder holders, all that fun stuff. You can use them on anything. And so, but yeah, so just getting into some size comparisons. Here he is with all of the War for Cybertron card bots that I brought out earlier. So we got Smokescreen and Sideswipe, along with Wheeljack, and then we also have Pipes and Bumblebee. So there's Pipes, there's Bumblebee. Yeah, you can just see how massive he is compared to all of them. He's not even fully in my frame. You get the full scale of Ultra Magnus. He is absolutely huge. But that's all the War for Cybertron bots. Gotta get these guys out of here. And then all of the Studio Series 86 bots that I showed off. We've got Cup, RC. I forgot Jazz, so no Jazz here, unfortunately. And then Brawn, another kind of mini bot, different toyline. Ironhide, and then last, but kind of least because his legs are real floppy, we have the Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. But yeah, so there's all this. So those are all the 86 bots that we got. And then next up, we have the original Optimus Prime. So you can see how that scales. And along with that, we have Rodimus Prime. So you can see how these guys scale, kind of just size class. But yeah, so those 2 look really good, and they all come with matrices. So yeah, I think I kind of switched some of the matrices around, so they might not be the original one it came with, but I kind of gave him that one for that cartoon look. So they have matrices, however you say it. But then his chamber is spring-loaded, which is cool, and he also comes with a matrix. You can see it's very beautifully painted on the inside as well. So yeah, that's all the matrix chambers for the 3 primes. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's a prime, but he has a matrix chamber, so you know, just kind of closing that up is pretty nice. But yeah, and so along with that, we have, all right, so our final comparisons, we just have once again the War for Cybertron Megatron. I'm gonna see how the new and the old kind of compare. So they look pretty good. I added his matrix on to have him have him join the group. And then we have Galvatron from Legacy as well, kind of the beginning rivals in the movie. They look pretty good together. And then lastly, for comparisons, we have the old Ultra Magnus. As you can see, much different in style and everything. Like the colors are lighter on this one, the white is brighter and everything. His gun, I accidentally broke his gun, but it doesn't matter. I have him now, so he's all that matters. But yeah, so old, new, kind of see similarities in the shoulders, just as in how they kind of stick out. The head sculpts, you can see more geometric, more original sculpt. And then just a lot cleaner all throughout on the legs and arms and everything like that. He has a proper Autobot insignia, unlike the Siege version. So yeah, that's it for comparisons. And then his articulation for Ultra Magnus is very good. I'll just use his right side, like usual. So he can look up that far thanks to transformation. And with it being on a hinge and a ball joint, so it can be turned around the full 360. You can move just a lot of wiggle just on the ball joint and can look down quite far and up a lot like we saw. And then on the side, they kind of tab in, so they can go out 90. Mine don't. The hinges are kind of loose. There's ways to fix that. I just need to go get the products to do so. But loose shoulders, but go out to 90. Ratcheted, full 360 movement, full bicep rotation, kind of tight, and then a weird soft ratcheted elbow. Not soft ratcheted, just ratcheted elbow. And then there is wrist rotation. It's kind of difficult to get to due to the armor, but so if you fold the hand around, you can see that the index finger is individually articulated with a second hinge, and then the rest of the 3 fingers are also articulated with a second hinge, like that. Kind of have to finagle the fingers around to get it to work, but so yeah. And then that's not part of the transformation. It doesn't tab in, it's just friction. So that's another complaint. The ratchets are so tight here that trying to go like the arm, if you don't hold it by the shoulder, you just fling it out. It's like the Cyberverse gimmicks arm, like an arm attack or something. But then if you untab this red tab right there, you can use it like a butterfly joint, which is very nice. And so just tab that back in. Moving the legs out of the way, he has full unhindered waist rotation. And moving the hip skirts out of the way, he has very soft ratchet, about just under 90 degrees. And forward, then 90 degrees back, and then full 90 degrees at the outward. Can't do the full splits just with the toes, but just about 90 degrees outward. There is a thigh rotation, and then just 90 degree, ooh, sorry for the camera shake, just 90 degree bend at the knee. But if you undo this transformation joint, you can get, if you do it right, you can get some extra posability out of him, which is nice. But you gotta angle it just the right way in order to get a little bit extra knee bend out of it. But yeah, and so that's it. And then he just has slight angle tilts, just because of his big old feet, they don't go that far, and with transformation and all that. But yeah, that's articulation. We've done size comparisons and all that. And so gimmicks, he obviously has the 2 shoulder cannons that can attach the rockets. You can replace it with the different blast effects and all whatnot to create whatever you want. And then the blast effects can also go onto the ends of each gun, on that little clear tip on both ends. And then obviously I showed y'all earlier the spring-loaded matrix chamber that has a matrix in it. We can kind of just pry it out of him. Kind of just see it's the same matrix we've been getting since we got Earthrise Prime. Kind of like a light translucent blue, which is pretty nice. Lost the matrix. Like he lost his life. Speaking of losing his life, the next gimmick he has is not that, but he can detach all of his limbs, like in the movie when he falls apart. So each of his 4 limbs can come off, kind of like that old Combiner Wars style connection. And so the legs is really simple. You just push down on this thing, on this red spring-loaded tab, it just slides right off. But the arms are a little bit more complex. You have to fold them around and then push that tab at the same time and kind of fold the arm back. But yeah, all of his limbs can come off just like that. And so yeah, you can recreate Ultra Magnus exploding when he doesn't give up the matrix. Yeah, another fun little gimmick you can give him. And then you can have short and stubby Ultra Magnus, which is pretty funny. Yeah, let's just do a Build-A-Figure, but it's Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Just like that. Each arm, each leg. And then yeah, just putting it back is the same. Fold the arm out. Let's just slide it back on. Slide it back on the connection like that. And just unclose the arm. And you've got Ultra Magnus back like nothing ever happened. And that just about wraps it up for the review on the Studio Series Commander Class 86 Ultra Magnus. Goodness gracious, his name is a mouthful. But yeah, I absolutely recommend you pick this guy up. I got him on pre-order on Hasbro Pulse, so I think he's sold out on there right now, but you might be able to find him somewhere else. I'll put the link for him on Hasbro Pulse in the description. And so yeah, look out for that. And yeah, happy Halloween everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Finally got the Commander Class Ultra Magnus video out after saying it was going to be out for a while, but you know, got it out to y'all, and so that's all that matters. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.